Hey everyone, welcome to our deep dive into
Uh,
blockchain.
BlockChain.
You've probably heard
Block.
this blockchain, that, but
Yeah.
maybe you don't really know what it is
Yeah.
or why people are so excited about it.
It is a buzzword for sure.
It is. It's like, damn, that friend who always has like the inside scoop knows how things really work behind the scenes.
Right, right.
So we're going to demystify it today,
Yeah.
unlock the secrets of blockchain, and see what it means for us.
I love that. I love that analogy because it is kind of this thing that's operating behind the scenes.
And it really does have the potential to
Dude.
change how things work.
Yeah.
But the core idea is actually pretty simple. At its heart, it's all about creating a record that everyone can trust. So imagine a digital notebook shared by a whole bunch of people
Okay.
where everyone can see what's written and add new entries. But here's the thing. No one can erase or secretly change anything that's already been recorded. And that's the essence of blockchain. It's a shared tamper-proof record, and it's often called a distributed ledger.
Distributed ledger.
Okay, so this digital notebook idea, I get it. But we all know how messy shared notebooks can get,
Right.
like in school.
Yeah.
How does blockchain keep things organized?
Yeah.
And make sure that everyone has the same information?
That's where the block and the chain come in. So think of each block like a page in our digital notebook. It holds a bunch of transactions or data. And then these blocks are linked together in a specific order, creating a chain. So each block is connected to the one before it. And it forms this chronological, unbreakable record of everything that's happened.
So it's like a timeline etched in digital stone,
Exactly. Yeah.
which is where that whole security thing comes in, right?
Yeah.
But why is it so important that everyone has the copy of this notebook? Couldn't like one central authority manage it all?
So that's where blockchain gets really revolutionary. Instead of relying on a single authority, like a bank or a government, a copy of the entire blockchain is distributed across a network of computers. So there's no single point of failure.
That's right.
Or if someone tries to tamper with their copy of the blockchain, it won't match up with everyone else's. And the change will be instantly rejected.
That makes sense. It's like having a million security cameras
Yeah.
all pointed at that notebook.
I like that. Yeah.
But how do you technically prevent someone from changing a block in the first place?
Right. So that's where cryptography plays a really crucial role. Each block has a unique digital fingerprint called a cryptographic hash. It's created through this complex mathematical process. And even the tiniest change to the block's data would completely alter its hash. So this makes it virtually impossible to tamper with the block without everyone in the network noticing.
So it's not just security cameras. It's like each block has its own high-tech security system.
Exactly. Built right in.
But enough about the technical stuff.
Yeah, right.
Let's get down to brass tacks. What is blockchain actually doing in the real world?
Yeah. So one of the most well-known examples is cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. So before Bitcoin, if you wanted to send money to someone, you had to go through a bank or a financial institution. With blockchain, you can send value directly to another person, peer-to-peer, without needing that intermediary.
That's interesting, but isn't removing banks kind of risky? I mean, they do provide some level of security and fraud protection.
Sure.
How does blockchain handle that?
That's a valid concern, and it's something that blockchain developers are constantly working to address because the transactions are publicly viewable and cryptographically secured. Blockchain actually increases transparency and reduces the risk of fraud in a lot of ways. But it is true that new technologies always come with new challenges, and building trust in a decentralized system takes time.
Okay, so beyond Bitcoin, what else is this revolutionary tech being used for?
Another exciting area is supply chain tracking.
Okay.
So let's say you buy a bag of coffee beans. With blockchain, you could scan a QR code on the package and see its entire journey from the farm where it was grown to the roaster, the shipper, and finally to your local store. This transparency helps ensure fair trade practices. It combats counterfeiting, and it allows consumers to make more informed choices.
It's like following those little lines on a map that show you where your package is.
Yes, exactly. You got it.
But for your coffee beans.
Exactly.
Speaking of tracking things, I've heard that blockchain can also automate contracts, turning them into smart contracts.
Exactly. Smart contracts are essentially agreements written in code and stored on the blockchain. The terms of the contract are automatically executed when certain conditions are met. So this eliminates the need for intermediaries, and it reduces the potential for disputes. For example, a freelancer could use a smart contract to get paid automatically once they deliver a project without having to worry about the client delaying payment or anything like that.
That's incredible. So many potential applications. What other real-world examples should we have on our radar?
One area that's generating a lot of interest, and rightfully so, is the use of blockchain in voting systems. Imagine secure, tamper-proof elections, where every vote is recorded accurately and transparently on the blockchain. It could revolutionize the way we participate in democracy.
So it's not just about digital currencies or fancy contracts. It's about empowering individuals and building a more transparent and accountable world.
Exactly.
But surely, there must be some downsides.
Right.
It can't all be sunshine and rainbows.
Of course, no technology is perfect. One of the biggest criticisms of blockchain, particularly with Bitcoin and other proof-of-work systems, is the high energy consumption required to maintain the network.
Oh, right.
Developers are working on more sustainable solutions like proof of stake, but it's an ongoing challenge.
So like any powerful tool, it's about using it responsibly and addressing those challenges.
Absolutely. And that's why it's so important to understand not just what blockchain is, but also its potential implications. We need to have open conversations about the benefits, the risks, and the ethical considerations.
So to wrap things up, blockchain is about much more than just Bitcoin. It's a powerful technology with the potential to transform everything from finance to voting to how we track the products we consume. It's about transparency, security, and putting power back into the hands of individuals.
Precisely, and that's what I want you to think about. If information is power, then blockchain is giving individuals access to information like never before. What will you do with that power? What kind of future will you help build with this technology?
Thanks for joining us in this deep dive into the world of blockchain. We hope you found it informative and insightful. Now go out there and explore. See where blockchain pops up in your own life. And think about the possibilities it holds for the future.